we are gonna go ahead and fry some green tomatoes. We're gonna get those straight out of the garden, bring them in, prepare them, and cook them. It doesn't get any fresher than this. Hang out, check out how to make those fried green tomatoes. They're gonna be delicious. Okay, so we're gonna have some fried green tomatoes tonight. And when you pick a green tomato for fried green tomatoes, you don't want one that's too little. Kind of like this one's little. It's too little. This one is just about right. It could be a little bit bigger, but I wouldn't go much bigger with it, because the bigger they are, the juicier they get. And when you're frying tomatoes, you don't want them juicy. You want them juicy when they're red, and when they start getting bigger, that's what they do. But you want in between juicy and in between hard as a rock. Like these small ones here, these are hard as a rock. You don't want that. And this is pretty much in between that. So we're gonna go ahead and pick this and a few more, and we're gonna have fried green tomatoes for supper. So we're gonna go ahead and make fried green tomatoes. First, we're gonna wash them off, and then we will batter them, and then we'll fry them. If you've never had fried green tomatoes, you should try it, because they are absolutely amazing. So we're just gonna wash the tomatoes off first, because when you get them out of the garden, they have some dirt on them. I'm just gonna wash them off and set them to the side. And any of them that have the stem still on them, like this one still has part of the stem on them, I'm just gonna go ahead and take that off. And they usually just come right off and leave a little indentation like that. We're gonna cut up our tomatoes now. And I already got some cut up in this bowl. We're just gonna cut them up in slices like that. And then we'll batter them. And then we'll fry them. So first we gotta get them all cut up first. And the thinner you cut them, the less time it's going to take to cook them. So it's great if you can get them all about the same, so then they all get done around the same time. But that usually doesn't happen. And now I'm just cutting around this part, because you don't want to eat that part. That's not so good. But I don't want to waste anything, so I'm going to fry all those in little pieces, and the chickens or the goats will get this piece. Okay, so we do have all of our green tomatoes cut up now. We're going to take an egg, we're going to beat it up in here. We're going to take this, tomatoes that are cut up, we're going to put it in this Ziploc bag. We're going to take the egg, put it in here with the green tomatoes, mix it all around, and then we're going to take our flour and our meal and put in here and just shake it, and then put it in the pan. And I also have a pan right over here that the grease is getting hot. So once I get it battered, I can just put it in here and let it cook. Looks good enough to me. Then open this Ziploc bag right here. We're going to take our green tomatoes. We're going to put them inside here. And I'm just doing this because I'm cooking so many. If I was just cooking for me in advance, I wouldn't need to do all this, but I'm cooking for the whole family today. So we're gonna put that egg in there. So I'm just gonna do it like this instead of mixing it with my hand. There we go. So everything is kind of coated in the egg, so it makes something for the meal and flour to stick to. So we have our flour and we have our meal. And we're gonna open up our flour. We're gonna put 2 heaping tablespoons. That's a heaping tablespoon. There's another heaping tablespoon. Then we're gonna take our meal. And we're gonna put 1 heaping tablespoon of meal. Then we're gonna make sure this is all closed up like it should be, or when we start shaking this up, there will be a mess like no other. See how it's beginning to coat and stick to them? But we need some more. I don't know if you can see, but we're gonna add some more in there. Another heaping tablespoon of flour. 1 more heaping tablespoon of flour. And then 1 heaping tablespoon of meal. And then we're gonna do the same thing. Close it up and shake it around. Yet again, we need more. See, not all of it is actually covered in there, so we need some more. All right, so we're gonna put another heaping tablespoon of flour in there. 1 more heaping tablespoon of flour. 1 more heaping tablespoon of cornmeal. Now you can see it all of it has batter on it, even down in the bottom. I'm gonna cut this oil down. It has been going for a while, getting warmed up anyway. And we're just gonna knead it. I have to put them in one at a time. You put them in a handful at a time. You're gonna be flipping and mixing them later on anyway, so it does not matter. Just put them in there. And all I have won't fit in this skillet, so there'll be several runs of this happening. So now I have them in the skillet, and you can see how some of them have the batter on them. Well, these were stuck together, so they didn't get any batter on this side of them. But on the other side, they look like this. So one side will come out brown, and one side won't. It's fine. They're delicious anyway. I do not salt and pepper these in the batter or on the pan. I will let everybody salt and pepper as they wish when it gets on their plate. But we're just gonna let these cook and get brown. I'll come back to you when they're ready. So we're making our fried green tomatoes. If you guys are wondering what this is on my head, it's just my bandana. When I pick the garden, I sweat so much it drips in my eyes and I can't see. So I have to wear something to keep the sweat from getting in my eyes. But I just wanted to show you that one side of the green tomatoes are browning out. I flipped them over so the other side can get brown. And my dear old dad put on a pone of cornbread, my grandmother would say. If you haven't seen that video, you should watch it. She tells us what a pone is. So you just want to flip these over as they brown. Like I've already flipped a couple of these. You flip them. Let them brown on the other side. You know when they're done is that when you pick these tomatoes, they're going to be harder than a red tomato. They're gonna be kind of stiff. These will be mushy when they get done. And they're not quite done yet, but they're browning on both sides. So we're just gonna let these brown, and then we can pull them out. This is what they'll look like when they're done. You see, they're gonna be easy to cut when they're done. Oops, like that. Alright guys, this is what's for supper. Cornbread and fried green tomatoes. If you have never had fried green tomatoes, you should try them. Fried green tomatoes are amazing. Alright guys, if you like our videos, just go ahead and subscribe. We'll be happy to hear about any comments or anything you have to say. Go ahead and leave those in the comments down below. Go ahead and smash that bell so you can get notifications every time we put out a video. If you have any way to modify the recipe for the fried green tomatoes, go ahead and put that in the bottom. I'll try it.